What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Climb Together podcast. I'm your host, Tony Scorp, here with my co-host, Deception. Deception, say hi.
What up?
This is episode number 127 of the Climb Together podcast. We have really just one topic to talk about today. It is a larger topic, and well, we're pretty well versed in this world of the gaming sphere. It's kind of our bread and butter. Call of Duty, the new Black Ops 7. There's been a lot of updates and a lot of things that have been coming out about the game within the recent week since we've last chatted. So, we're gonna go ahead and get into that, because COD Next, is Tuesday, September 30th. So we're gonna do a quick little what we know now, and then we'll probably do another Call of Duty based one after.
Oh, there's gonna be a lot at COD Next.
Yeah, so we'll probably do another.
Pretty massive.
We'll probably do another podcast after COD Next, just recapping everything that happened there. That's probably just gonna be Black Ops 7's only. I think next. Did you play the Battlefield beta?
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about that next week?
Yeah.
A little bit. Okay.
We can talk about it.
Oh.
Especially with the whole now that we've had Battlefield 6 get revealed and it was playable, and now Black Ops 7's been kind of revealed, not all the way, but we know quite a bit.
Yeah, so we'll get into that next time as well. And that all that jazz. So let me scroll down a little bit here. My stuff would load, actually. So we'll just start with talking about COD Next, I suppose. Because I just said something about it, so might as well just go right into talking about it specifically. So for those of you that are unaware, COD Next is happening September 30th of this September. What am I saying? Bro, I think I'm actually losing it. Anyway, COD Next is coming September 30th, with all of the good things that we like to see with COD Next. A lot of creators, everything like that. I think they just did a first play, the first sneak peek for a lot of different creators. They flew them out, had them play the game a little bit.
Yeah.
This past week, one of the streamers that I've been friends with for a while, her name's Mama K. She was flown out this year for the first time, which was really cool. She's more of a zombies creator. So shout out to her for
That's fantastic.
Yeah, for finally being invited to COD Next. She's been an avid Call of Duty player forever, and she's been really big in the zombies scene recently. And she blew up. I want to say blow up on TikTok, but she does really, really well on TikTok in the zombies department. So, congrats to her. We get flown out there for that event. So I don't know what's going on with my Twitter. It's just not loading things. So bear with me here. So that's coming. There's gonna be some multiplayer gameplay reveal, some zombies gameplay, first looks at those, and then there'll be the Call of Duty Endowment Bowl. And then the World Series of Warzone finals would be the next day, October 1st. So
honestly, I totally forgot that World Series of Warzone was still a thing.
Yeah.
I did not know if they were still doing it or not. It's kind of crazy to me that they're doing it that late, but
Hey. It's the way that they do it.
It's late compared to the actual COD release, but it's not that late compared to Warzone, because Warzone always launches season 1. So
yeah. So that's cool. So they'll be doing that, and then we'll get some more information there, obviously. So we'll do the podcast after that, kind of recapping everything that's been going on with there. Kind of going more into what we know now. Just bear with me 1 second. I'm just gonna stop. Deception was really good, and at sending me a bunch of stuff. So shout out Deception for being on top of this stuff while I'm not. So we've got the Holy crap, that's loud. Just busted out my eardrums. Jesus Christ. Alright. Oh my god. We're gonna get like the middle of this. Oh my god. Holy. So they did the
This is a
release
pretty cool
launch
reveal,
trailer.
to be honest.
Yeah. I do like the sneak peeks of the maps and stuff like that.
We actually know all the maps. They haven't shown all the maps, but they showed a couple of them.
Yeah.
We've seen what raid looks like, which is sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got straight robots out here.
Yeah, we do. Robots.
Dude, there's one like this campaign is going to be co-op. I really think that like you and I should do a co-op campaign.
I think that's a great idea.
Playthrough.
I think that's a great idea. I love that idea.
This is like my first impression of like just the way the game will.
Oh, they're bringing back Alaska? Oh, come on. Don't freeze on me now. Sorry, guys. My computer, hates me, so... Just bear with me a second, please. My computer is on its last little bit.
Pull it together, man! So eager to leave, David. Killing the man is a hell of a lot easier than killing the idea.
Like I just like when I watch this, I think BO2 and BO4.
No more games. This ends now.
That's sick. That is sick. So yeah, we saw a lot of different things, in that trailer. So as Deception was talking about, there is the campaign that has the 7-player co-op.
Dude, it's gonna be kind of crazy. Like
Yeah.
having a co-op campaign and then like, and then this whole like this end game thing is really gonna be really interesting because apparently like when you're done with the campaign there's a mission called end game and it's basically just like a big PvE that you can play on Avalon, and it's basically like it's kind of like an extraction shooter, like a mini DMZ.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if you die you lose everything.
That's crazy.
You know what I think would be really sick? I think it'd be sick if like I don't know. This would some people would hate this, but I think it'd be kind of fun considering there's a co-op campaign. I think it'd be kind of fun if like if you died and lost all your stuff, you had to restart the whole campaign.
Yeah, I mean, that's just crazy. Like that you'd have to just restart the whole thing, just because you lost.
I don't know. It looks interesting. I think it'll be pretty cool. Also, I mean, you'll probably see in a lot of the screenshots. There's a lot of guns that kind of look familiar. And there are some weapons that are returning from older games that are very close to what they were in the older games. They said that there are 30 weapons coming at launch, which is pretty good.
Here, let me.
I wouldn't say that it's like, I don't know. I wouldn't say it's going to be on par with like older games, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
With the 4 of the weapons that are making a return Rampart, the PDW, the M8, and the Peacekeeper. We've seen stuff about the Peacekeeper. It was in the you could see it in the pre-order bonuses. But yeah, um, these 4 guns were like some of my favorite guns in each respective game. So it's cool. I've been waiting for a long time for them to make for them to bring the PDW back. And if whatever version of the PDW they have in this game is pretty close to that one, I'll be happy.
Yeah, the PDW and the Peacekeeper were like they were my 2 guns that I would run all the time. So the fact that they're bringing them back, oh my god, please. Please.
Yeah, I'm excited. And the
Me
M8,
too.
like you know what? I can almost guarantee you that if not one, like I think it'll be debatable what the second gun is probably for like contention for best AR, but I can almost guarantee you the M8 is gonna be it. There's like it's funny because like when it comes to stuff like burst weapons, 90% of the time the pros just straight GA any burst guns. But the M8 is one that they always let in. Like they'll GA all the other burst guns, but M8, for some reason the
they have a
M8 they're
little-
like, yeah, we'll take it.
They have a little soft spot for them. It's a little soft spot.
But I like the M8, so it makes sense.
Yeah. So, I mean, we're obviously gonna get a lot more. He said there's making a lot more guns, but these are kind of like what we have right now. That picture is so.
That's
funny.
what we know right now. I think there are going to be some other guns come back because there was a point in in the trailer where I swear that I saw somebody holding a Maddox. I think that'd be interesting if that gun came back.
Yeah, speaking of guns, there's gonna be a total of 16 mastery camos across the game. For the first time ever, the campaign will actually have mastery camos as well. I think this
there's
is
gonna be a full camo set with mastery camos in the campaign.
Yeah, I think this is their attempt to get more people to play the campaign more and not just play it once through and be done, and kind of give it a little bit more light of day than it has in the past.
Yeah, especially for like the people who really aren't into campaign and would rather play multiplayer, but they still like grinding. So it's like now they're like, okay, there's mastery camos in campaign. I might grind it.
Yeah, it gives more to the game than just the
All I'm saying is they better be good because like if I feel like for a lot of people, I feel like for a lot of people the mastery camos might not be quite enough to keep playing the campaign unless it's like really good. Like if one of the camos, whether it's multiplayer zombies or Warzone, is like significantly better than campaign, I feel like people just wouldn't care. But like if the campaign mastery camos are really good, then yeah, people will probably play it.
That's fair.
I just wonder how easy or hard the master camos will be in campaign. I assume,
They'll probably
considering
tweak
other
them.
things we're gonna talk about, that they're gonna carry over the camo system from BO6, which I really like. I like that camo system. I think it's good.
Yeah, I mean that's like. I mean, they're most likely gonna make some sort of tweaking to it. I mean, this is the first time that they're doing it in campaign, so I'm sure that there's gonna be a lot of tweaks to like what kind of challenges, like they did with they did in Cold War with zombies. So I'm sure they're gonna make some tweaks eventually. So if you want to hold off, and see if it'll get easier, try that. Or it might get harder.
I mean, at least it's better than what they did in Black Ops 3. In Black Ops 3, there were camos in the campaign, but it was just like 4 of them, and they were just like, whatever.
So, yeah, I mean, that's kind of...
I'm intrigued by the mastery camos there. I mean, I'm intrigued by the mastery camos across the board because I think personally they came through with the mastery camos in BO6.
Mm-hmm.
You can say what you want about the mastery camos kind of being like remasters of other camos, but like they literally took like a lot of the best mastery camos from BO4 and or the camos that you could get from supply drops in BO4 and made the mastery camos in BO6. So
That's true. I mean, I think they look sick personally. I do really do like the camos that they did in this game overall. So I'm excited to see
I
what they
just
look
think it's
like for these.
interesting that there's like robots. Like, are we gonna be able to play as this guy? 'Cause
Please
it's
tell me
like
we're gonna be able to
I
play
know
as a
the
robot.
Reaper's in the game, but like I wonder if there's more.
I hope so. I hope so. Continuing on with multiplayer. So it looks like we're gonna get 16 6v6 maps on launch. Yeah, let me play this while we
Yeah,
chit
that's
chat.
like they give you a little short look at like I think all of them. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
they like I said, this game really reminds me of like BO2 to BO4. Like that's the vibe that it gives me. There's Raid. Raid looks really nice.
Mm-hmm.
I still hope they have basketballs so we can shoot them. That
Please.
map right there, that one set in Alaska is nuts. You beat under the Northern Lights, that is going to be an
Yeah.
awesome looking map.
I'm just glad they're bringing back Hijacked. I know I said this last time too, where we talked about it. Hijack's my favorite map of all time, and I'm just so glad I get to play it again. And the maps look so clean, so good, which is great to see.
They see like this whole like the way the maps look and the design look of them reminds me so much of like BO2. But
And
like
there's no
when you look at these maps too, and just the way the maps look design wise and like the graphics, I'm like this because they did confirm that this game that they developed BO6 and BO7 kind of alongside each other, and this kind of the all the stuff they're bringing with this game kind of shows that they sacrificed a little bit on BO6 to seriously deliver in BO7, which I mean, short term that was a bad thing, but long term it looks like it might be pretty good.
Yeah. And there's also no manual doors on these maps.
Yeah, thank God.
Thank goodness.
I hate doors.
Like, oh my god, thank you.
Like you can put doors in Warzone, that's cool. That's fine.
Yeah.
But why do we have to deal with doors in multiplayer and COD?
Well,
That
because
just does not make sense.
multiplayer is supposed to be more fast paced, and I feel like the doors just slow down gameplay a little bit. And so I think that's kind of why it makes sense in Warzone, because it is a slower paced game mode, or just game in general, than regular Call of Duty, which is supposed to be fast paced, and then the doors kind of make it. You have to if you don't want to be heard, you have to like open the doors a certain way, and da 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 da, and
The doors just ruin the flow of the map.
yeah.
Like, like for example, like imagine if we were playing on a raid and there was like a big gate at the basketball court and you had to open it to get through it. Like I'd just be like, dude, why are we doing this?
Yeah.
I do think there are some doors, but they're all like you walk through them and they automatically open.
Yeah.
So it doesn't mess with gameplay.
Hope. So I'm excited to get a little bit more. So yeah, see these during COD Next as well. Kind of moving a little bit into zombies. The original crew returns alongside the BO6 crew, which is pretty cool. I mean, we kind of talked about this a little bit more last week. About how they
that was revealed at the end of Reckoning that they were going to be back.
And they'll be able to like communicate with each other and all that fun stuff.
Really makes me think of BO3 seeing Richtofen with what looks like an MR6 in his hand.
So, yeah. And then, so it's going to be round-based continuing. So it's going to have the largest map ever at launch, with Wonder Vehicle to move between the 6 main POIs. So
Yeah,
is this what
the
is?
map is not a remake of Transit, but it is heavily inspired by Transit. It's
Mhm.
supposed to be a lot like Transit.
Yeah. So
I have also heard, because Mr. Ruff Waffles went and played, and he dropped a little bit of intel. Um, Apparently, for one, you can drive the Wonder vehicle, so you can go wherever you want instead of it being like the bus on a route. And you have to go catch it. You can just drive it wherever you want. And also, I don't know this for certain, um, like how this exactly works, but apparently there's a pack-a-punch machine on the Wonder machine, and it's basically just like a mobile, portable pack-a-punch machine.
mhm.
So you can drive it whenever you want, wherever you want, and you have a pack-a-punch machine at the ready.
Oh, I love that. I love that a lot, actually. Because that way you don't have to like run and like across the map. You just is right there with you.
Well, that way it's not like you don't have your nice little training spot in one POI, and then you're like, oh, I need a pack-a-punch. Let me go get in the vehicle and run off to where the pack-a-punch is.
Hmm. And then lose your friends, and then you're like, well, where'd they go? And then you're down, and then you die, and then it wasn't worth it in the beginning anyway. Speaking from experience, obviously, with how detailed that was. We all know deception carries me in zombies every single time we play. Which I'm totally fine with. I'm totally 100% good with that.
You're fine with getting in the backpack?
I love being in your backpack. It's very comfy in there. So, it's what I prefer.
I was going to make a comment, but I'm not.
That's okay. I have a feeling of what you're gonna say, so you said it without saying it, and that's enough. And then Dead Ops Arcade 4 returns, which I think I know what this is, but I also at the same time don't think I know what this is. Is it that like little like arcade game where you like would run around?
Yeah, Dead Ops Arcade is like the top-down
Like the
zombies.
2D, yeah.
Yeah.
Here,
They've had 3 of them. There was one in BO1. That was the first one. Dead Ops Arcade 2 was in BO3. Dead Ops Arcade 3 was in Cold War, and we get Dead Ops Arcade 4 in BO7.
Yeah, here I'll throw it on the thing. Dead Ops Arcade. Oh wow, this is really big picture here. Dead Ops Arcade. I do know what this is. I do remember.
Yeah.
So we get that, which is really sick. I did miss the that game. That was fun.
I'm excited. Okay, the biggest thing that I'm excited for, and this is going to be great for the casual players that don't want to play, people that don't want to play the big map all the time, people that just want to grind camos, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But all 6 of the POIs in this map are going to be available as survival maps, just like the transit survival maps in BO2.
Mm-hmm.
Where we had town and farm and bus depot. You're going to be able to play all 6 of the POIs as their own standalone survival maps. So essentially, we get 7 maps at launch.
Dang.
Which is kind of insane.
That is insane.
And especially if they talk about that this is the largest map of all time for round based, and the POIs are very significant. I mean, they could feel like their own maps. And I think that'll be cool.
I agree. So I'm watching this Dead Ops Arcade gameplay, and it's just very reminiscent. Oh, I forgot how much this game was awesome.
I was never a big Dead Ops Arcade fan.
Dude, I would play it
until
forever.
Cold War, where you could play first person only.
I just loved it. The top down, it was just like, just gave like a different feel. I feel like I smell burning something, which either means I'm having a stroke or someone's actually burning something. It's moving week for all the people in my building, and none of them have lived on their own before and don't know how to cook, so the fire alarm gets set off like multiple times a day. So just a sidebar. Oh man, I missed that game. Anyway, so that's also returning to the game in zombies. So for those of you that enjoy that like me, we're in luck. So I'm very hopeful.
Yeah, you'll be on your own for that one. There's
That's
no
okay.
backpack for you.
I
in Dead
don't
Ops
need
Arcade.
I don't need a backpack for Dead Ops Arcade. I got that on lock. But I am very hopeful with zombies this year as from how well Black Ops 6 zombies did. I am very hopeful of how well Black Ops 7 zombies are gonna be, just with like the comeback that they had going into this.
The OG crew is going to be very interesting. I really hope that like this is the start of them bringing back when the story was actually good. Not that the story hasn't been good with the Dark Ether, but like I feel like the wide like I feel like the widely consensus opinion of the Dark Ether story is it has potential, but it's kind of boring.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of that honestly delves down to the fact that until Cold War, the characters really didn't have any personality.
Mm-hmm.
And they injected a little bit of personality into the characters in Cold War, and I thought it was really fun. Like, again, being able to hear the characters like talk, have voice lines, have a little funny quips when something happened or you did something, talk to each other if you're playing co-op, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I think like if they can bring these guys back and they bring them back in full force, and it just feels like we're absolutely back, and they tie that with like bringing the story in really well, this could be really good story wise.
Yeah.
Be a very fun year.
I agree. So I'm just gonna scroll through Charlie Intel for the rest of this, just because they do have quite a bit of stuff on their page in relation
Yeah,
to
they
this.
have all kinds of stuff.
So there's a little bit of this was from yesterday. There's a first look at the multiplayer gameplay HUD, and just kind of like a little bit of how like the movement's gonna work and everything like that. We'll see more of that obviously at COD Next, but it looks pretty clean, honestly.
Honestly,
we get
the
to keep
HUD looks really freaking simple, and I like it.
Yeah,
It looks
I like the
very
simplicity of
decluttered.
it.
It looks. If you look, I know this could be a placeholder, so don't quote me on this. Like, don't be like, oh, this is what this is going to look like at launch. But one, there's the Peacekeeper looking in all its glory. But for two, look at that. Look at the minimap. That is like carbon copy of BO2's minimap. That is identical to BO2's minimap. So that's interesting. But yeah, I think the HUD looks really nice. Looks really clean. I like that you can tell that I think as we'll see it more as because there's a gameplay of one of the field upgrades. The field upgrades are definitely going to be more. I think the field upgrades this year are going to be more valuable than they've ever been because they've basically taken the specialist abilities that you would have gotten in the hero shooter type games of BO3 and BO4, and they have made them field upgrades.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see at the bottom, I think, pretty sure that's what that is. It says 100% down there. I think that's the field upgrade meter filled up, ready to go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But also, like another thing, and you'll see it when we keep going through Charlie Intel, but somehow the score streaks and stuff are going to get like more powerful as the game goes on, which is pretty interesting. We'll see it, but you know.
Yeah. Kind of a little bit more information about the beta. So the open beta is gonna begin on October 5th.
This is actually really cool, to be honest. Like, Because you know, like how normally they've been
like,
doing it to where it's like 2 separate weekends, and then like they they split it up, and there's 2 or 3 days where you don't have any COD to play, and then you're like, well, I gotta wait till the next beta weekend. This is a whole, basically a whole week of beta, just 6 straight days of COD, which I like. I like that they've finally gotten away from the doing it and splitting it up into the weekends. I also really like that people who have Game Pass get access to the open beta without having to pre-order. And you also, if you're subscribed to Game Pass, also you get all the pre-order bonuses without even having to pre-order it.
That's the way I like it. I'm gonna get Game Pass just for this. Because I want to know, like, I feel like I keep spending money on Call of Duty and then I don't put enough into it, and then I'm like, eh.
I mean, you're technically still spending some money because you're paying for Game Pass, but I feel like it feels a lot less guilty if you're spending money on Game Pass and you have all those other games plus COD.
Yeah. So you're not just spending the money on Call of Duty, you're spending the money on a whole plethora of stuff, which is really cool.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
So, what I like to see. But yeah, we're gonna keep going here. So we looked at that. There's a lot of. I think we should kind of talk about this a little bit. Battlefield 6, I think, is gonna be a good rival for Call of Duty. I really do, especially with the success of the Battlefield 6 beta that occurred. I feel like this game is the one that can rival Call of Duty and make it so that they need to change what they're doing in order to
And I hope it does.
Oh yeah, 100%. I hope that Battlefield 6 makes Call of Duty wake up and like actually be like, "Oh fuck, we have to actually try now." You know, like
I think they're doing that a little bit. Some of the stuff in this game and some of the improvements, they're doing it a little bit, but they got to work a lot harder.
Yeah, they definitely do. They're making some improvements, but they're not doing it at the rate that they could be doing them at. And
they're not making the improvements that we want yet.
Yeah.
Outside of anti-cheat. Anti-cheat's going to be a little bit better, hopefully, if it actually works.
True. So I think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be good. I'm ready to see what the effects of actually having a class, like a tier 1 developing competitor against this game will do for the game, for the player base.
One that's putting out a widely considered to be good game. Like, I would say that overall Battlefield 6 has gotten pretty glowing reviews.
Yeah.
Like, people really like it.
So, I mean, it's either going to do one or two things. It's going to either, Battlefield's going to do really, really well, and Call of Duty is going to change its ways, or Battlefield's going to do really, really well, and Call of Duty is going to lose its relevance because they're too stubborn to change. I mean, there will always be, like, some sort of player base, but it won't be what it has been in the past.
Well, and I feel like Battlefield has the potential to really make COD hurt a little bit, because I feel like Battlefield 6 is very good and accessible for casual players. Like, and if they put a dent in COD's casual player base, and the casual players are like, would I rather buy Battlefield or rather buy COD? I think Battlefield is better.
Yeah.
I think I'll buy Battlefield. It's like, whoa. Like, COD's been relying on these casual players for so long, and I feel like Battlefield's got a serious contender here.
Yeah. I'm glad that there is the competition when it comes to developing games like this. It's very important. And Call of Duty really hasn't had a competitor like that. You know, they haven't had a high tier competitor to really help them get up there.
It doesn't
like
help
that.
that Battlefield hasn't really like
Yeah.
2042 was a disaster
It was
at
horrible.
the beginning. So
Yeah. And that really kind of just killed the game. So as long as they can not have the repeat of that, I think it should be fine. And that I think is what we're all waiting for.
I'm really hoping because there was a lot of positive. There's a lot of positive stuff about Battlefield when it, you know,
Mhm.
from the gameplay to the diversity of the modes to the matchmaking.
Mhm.
Like everybody seemed to really like Battlefield, and I could see it really putting a dent in COD here, but we'll see.
Yep. So who knows? Who knows? But let's see here. Anything else?
Oh, there's tons of stuff.
Oh my god, I gotta get my.
Probably
Oh
Intel
man,
posted all kinds of stuff.
PlayStation is increasing by $50 each set due to the tariffs too, which is just insane. Hate that for me. I should have bought it. Should have bought it last week when I wanted to, but no, I decided to wait. Anyway. So, what'd you say, Deception?
I mean, Charlie Intel's been posting all kinds of stuff. They had all kinds of things come out yesterday.
Yeah.
They talked about the wall jumping. They showcased one of the field upgrades. Like, um, it's gonna be really cool. There's like, you can in this game instead of having to make a 3-minute TikTok where you show gameplay of you YYing everywhere, and then the last half second you flash the attachments on the screen
Mm.
for your builds. They have a system in game where you can share weapon builds. You can take a screenshot. I assume there's going to be like an interface maybe where you can download people's builds or whatever, or it'll put the attachments on your gun. But there's also build codes where if you take a screenshot of your gun, or you go to the cool gunsmith screen where it just shows your gun and it showcases it without all the interface stuff, there's a build code on the screen. And I think if you share the build code, people can just your attachments that are on your gun will just get ported over to everybody else's.
That's
And that's
actually
pretty
really
cool.
sick. Sorry to the loadout YouTubers. Your job just got fucked.
No, now they're gonna be like Fortnite, where they're not now. It's gonna be like Fortnite creative maps, where now it's not like they're gonna do the same videos, but instead of flashing the attachments on the screen, they're gonna flash the build code. And you gotta copy the build code.
Yeah, but for 0.7, 0.00007 seconds, so you have to rewatch the video 1,000 times to find it. It's gonna be. Stay tuned to find the build code hidden in this video. like, it's like,
Yeah.
what? Actually, someone please do not steal that and do that. That would be atrocious. But I'm
Or
sure
they're gonna like
someone's
script
going
the
to.
video out to where they say different numbers at the perfect time to where like if you listen to what I said, you'll get the build code.
If you put this video on 2x speed, you'll perfectly hear the build code.
Yeah, the build code thing is pretty sick.
Yeah,
I think that'll be fun
yeah, I agree.
for all the guns.
Yep. And then this is
Yeah,
the
there was
mega
stuff
jump
like
you were
that.
talking about.
Yeah. This was shown in it was kind of bad that they posted this on their Instagram and everybody freaked out about it. This is a bad move by them. But this is only available in campaign and the in-game mode. This is not a thing in multiplayer and zombies and all that. You can't just fly around like that.
Mm-hmm.
But like everybody saw this without that knowledge when it went live early, and it was like, oh.
Ruh-roh. Ruh-roh.
For the people that don't like jetpacks, this is not a good look. Yeah, you can get a little sneak peek at the guns and the different builds and all that. I think it look pretty good.
Yeah, I agree.
I like it.
Weapon animations are cool.
The weapon animations do look pretty good.
There's wall jumping. Some examples here. An example of wall
dude,
jumping.
dude, Optic reposted that clip right there, and they said POV Shotzi.
That's gonna be insane. His movement's gonna be
It's
insane.
gonna be, yeah.
He's gonna be
There's
net.
gonna
It's gonna be
be
horrible. It's gonna be.
See, that's the thing about this game is like, I think when it comes to the field upgrades, basically being like the specialist abilities from old games, and like the wall jumping and stuff, I think competitive in this game is gonna be crazy. I think it's gonna be really fun.
I think so too. I think it's gonna add like a really good element to the game because that's all what a lot of people miss from like jetpacks is like being able to wall run. So that'll be nice. So some other things. There's no tac sprint by default. There's a perk for it. There's
Thank
no
God.
ADS while sliding. There's no ADS while sliding, diving, or wall jumping by default. There's a perk for it. Specialist bonus get all perks. Looper perk for looping streaks, and gung ho perk for sprinting while firing.
The no tax sprint, bro. Oh my God. Finally.
There's gonna be wingsuit gameplay. There's like wingsuit in the 20v20 map.
Dude, I hope that they give you wingsuits in Warzone. That'd be sick.
Oh, for sure.
There's
yeah.
there you can see that right there, active camo. That guy popped camo. We don't know all of the things that are field upgrades.
I'm sure we'll
but we
find
know
out more.
camo's one of them. Camo's been basically like that's been like the poster child for field upgrades in this game is the camo. But the no tax sprint is incredible.
Yeah.
There was a look at Dead Ops Arcade.
Yeah.
The no tax sprint, thank goodness. I'm so happy. I'm so happy that they took the feedback that people gave them about when they put the slipstream perk in BO6 and allowed you to not have tax sprint. I'm so glad that they saw that and they were like, we should do that by default for BO7 because I have said for a while that tax sprint is way more of a detriment than it is an actual good thing, especially in multiplayer. It's just like, especially when you look at BO6 too, with the way that the Omni movement is and stuff and how fast paced it is anyway, tax sprint doesn't really even matter. It doesn't even really do anything. Like, sure, in like MW19, MW2, tax sprint was a little useful, but like in BO6, it's like, why is it even there? Like, it's not even that much faster. It doesn't really do anything. In reality, it just makes it harder for you to sprint out. Like, it makes the sprint out time worse. So it's like it's just an overall just downside.
Yeah.
And so I'm glad that they took that out because personally, I think COD I don't think tax sprint should be a thing. I think the game just flows better. Tax sprint is like the doors of movement. It's just like, I don't know why it's a thing.
It's like an unnecessary slowdown.
It doesn't make sense in COD. And it's like, I'm happy that tax sprint's not a thing because now it's like, I like that there's like stuff like wall jumping and stuff because it brings the potential of uplink. Please have uplink in this game. Please, I want it. But like at the same time that we're moving forward a little bit and we're getting even crazier with the Omni movement, we're also going back a little bit to when it was simpler and all you had to do is like run, jump, and shoot your gun, and that's it.
Yeah.
You didn't have 50 different variations of running.
Yeah. And then here's a little teaser for the Black Ops, Dead Ops Arcade 4, which honestly looks really sick. Looks like there's a Nuketown section.
Oh yeah, it looks like they're doing a lot with this.
Yeah. It's only a little 3-second snippet, but
I'm sure that considering this game was not rushed like Cold War was, this will be way better than Dead Ops Arcade 3.
Yeah. No, I'm really excited for this one. I'm definitely gonna put in some time on it. For sure. What else? Yeah, there's some look at the active camo, which is pretty sick.
Yeah, they did. They did say it's a field upgrade. So
Mhm.
basically, the rumor that I've heard is that most, if not all, of the field upgrades are basically just like specialist abilities.
Mm.
Like, do we know what all of them are? No. Like, but I assume there's gonna be. I know we know there's gonna be camo. I assume there might be one like overclock where you can run super fast.
Mhm.
I assume maybe there's. I've heard that there's a grapple field upgrade.
Mhm.
Um, I've heard that. Um, there's a. This is not a field upgrade, but they said that there is there's a streak in this game. That is essentially a. Oh, there was the overclock thing where they talk about the streaks. Um, so like they can change in game based on progression of the item. That's kind of interesting. I don't know how that's gonna play out,
Yeah, I
but
don't
I'd
know.
love to see it.
That will be
Um,
interesting.
but like they said, this is not like I said, this is a streak. This is not a field upgrade. But there is a streak in this game that is essentially a railgun that can shoot you through walls,
What?
and that's kind of insane. Like apparently it's like a charge rifle railgun thing, and you can shoot people through walls and everything. But like if they're being aimed at by it, you get like you get a ping, like a high alert on your screen where it's like, oh, you're being aimed at by it. That's kind of insane.
Sounds crazy. That's
But
crazy.
yeah,
That does sound cool though.
there's there's some pretty cool stuff. There's like the dragonfly streak coming back, I assume.
There'll be weekly challenges with the we'll have
Oh yeah,
attachment, weapon
they're
blueprints, and
doing
more
it like
reward,
MW3.
which I
Oh yeah,
do like. I do like that.
that was always fun. I like that. Now
Um,
that also opens up the attachments. That also opens up the fact that there probably is going to be some unique attachments for guns, which is
mhm.
really sick. Because I really like that in MW3. They did a lot of cool stuff with the guns. Like I remember that Core 45 pistol had a binary fire attachment where it was like you push the trigger and it fired one, you let go of the trigger and it fired one. And if you pushed it like really fast, you could basically fire it full auto and it had like super good fire rate. That was really fun to use.
That does sound really fun to use. There will also be weapon XP, and battle pass, and across campaign, end game, multiplayer, and zombies. So there's like a fourth mode
Yeah, you're gonna be able
essentially.
to get mastery camos and battle pass progression in campaign. We're gonna be able to play battle. We're gonna be able to play campaign and get our pass levels up.
Hmm.
It's gonna be kind of fun.
Then there's gonna be 10 prestiges and 55 levels each prestige.
I am so happy they
That they're
brought that
keeping.
back.
I'm so glad they're keeping it too.
I honestly, like, I was kind of scared. I was kind of scared that they would bring the classic prestige system back and all the new players would be like, this is not fun. I want my seasonal prestiges back. But thank goodness we're
Yep.
keeping this.
Yep, and
We're
they're
on the right
also
track. Can we just never change away from that again?
keep it forever, ever and 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 ever. And then there's weapon prestiges. Making the return 2 prestiges per weapon with attachments and exclusive camo, so unlocks the max level of 250. That's a
Yeah, that's
lot
gonna
of.
be sick. So you're gonna
Yeah.
have like you're gonna have you're gonna have weapon attachments, that you unlock per level. But then when you get the max level on a gun, you can prestige it, and it resets it. So you have to
Yep.
do it again, and then you do that twice. And when you get done doing it twice, you hit max level and you prestige it again, and then you get all your attachments again. But then you keep going until 250, and for all the milestone levels you hit, you'll get a camo. So that'll be sick.
Yep.
Yeah, there was all the pre-order bonuses. You could see there was a peacekeeper in there, so we
Mhm.
knew that was coming.
Mhm.
But yeah, uh, we get
Do I drop $100?
we get
I don't know. I don't know. I don't
I
know.
think that's cool. There's Reaper, which is awesome. I like that Reaper's back. Ted. I love that you get Ted. It's also really interesting too, is because like it is Ted. Yes, it's the bus driver Ted, but they gave him Rick Doffin's face, which is huh.
Yeah.
It's really interesting.
Agreed. This is
But yeah,
gonna be
you get
this is gonna be a good game.
there's some good looking stuff here. I like it.
Mhm. There's hope, and that's what I like to see is hope.
It also the getting the vault the pre-order bonuses confirm that you get gobblegums, so gobblegums are back.
Oh
That's
yeah.
awesome.
They also
They
transfer
also
in
yeah, they
game.
have confirmed that everything transfers to BO7. So
Mm,
if you're like me and you haven't played zombies in a while and you got all these gobblegums stacked up, you'll be locked and loaded for BO7.
yeah. So co-op campaigning is gonna be lit. Oh yeah, for sure, 100%. That'll
I
be.
definitely I want to do a co-op campaign
We can do it.
with you. I think
We
that'd
can
be
do it.
fun.
I'm
It'd
excited.
be like the only time you'd catch me playing campaign, but
Hey, it'll be worth. It'll be such fun time. It'll be such a fun time. All right. Anything else?
not really. I mean, we've covered basically everything for BO7.
Mm,
There's not going to be really anything left till COD Next
yeah.
in September.
Yep. So next week we'll kind of talk more about we'll talk more about Battlefield 6 and all that kind of entails with that. Yeah, Kidsy Hijack's my favorite map of all time too, and I'm very excited it's coming back. I love that map so much. But thank you guys so much for tuning in to this episode of the Climb Together podcast. I've been your host, Toner Scorp, here with my co-host, Deception. Deception, say bye.
Bye.
If you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys follow us follow us on Twitch, where we stream this live every week, Wednesday at 9 p.m. EST. And make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel and like the podcast over there as well. And maybe even watch some of the old episodes. Kind of take a trip down memory lane for some of these things. But we'll see you guys next time. Peace.